Hi everyone, I'm Kelsey Engstrom. I'm the new 2023 Market Manager. This presentation is going to go over a little bit about the market logistics, food assistance, festivals, and anything you need to know about the market if you are going to be a vendor for the season. This video is made to go over what we went over on vendor orientation. So if you were unable to show up, please make sure that you watch the entirety of this video so that you are up to date on all the information. This is our team. Jasmine Liliach is the executive director. This is me in the middle, the program manager, and then Jen Rasmussen is our bookkeeper. This is our board of directors. We have Brandon Schilling, who is the president, Chris Liliach, who is the treasurer, Sarah Wells, the secretary, and then Tracy, Nancy, and Wendy, who are directors. A little bit about Clatskanie Farmers Market. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization established in 2014. We rely on community donations and grant funding to keep the organization running, so it's super important that we get all of the information and feedback that we need in order to continue to apply for grants and keep it going. And so every Saturday we have a farmers market at Cokes Park, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., June through September. Our goal as a farmers market is to increase food literacy and food security in Columbia County. These are our 5 festivals for the year. So we have Sprouts Fest, which is a day for kids on June 10th. We will have our 10-year anniversary on July 8th, so that will be super fun. And then we will have our Pollinator Festival on July 29th, so any bee, honey, or flower items would be perfect. And then our Garlic Festival on August 19th, so any products with garlic in it, such as garlic cocktails or garlic added to some of the prepared foods, would be perfect. And then Harvest Festival, September 30th, any fall harvest items that you can bring to market. And then Garlic Festival will be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. this year, but all other festivals will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then, of course, we will have live music at every Saturday market throughout the year. Alright, so general market rules. Animals on leash are allowed in the market at the manager's discretion, but not in or by any food and beverage establishments, such as a prepared foods truck, or a prepared foods vendor, or an alcohol vendor who is tasting alcohol or selling alcohol. And so this year we will have beer garden areas for our 10-year, our pollinator, our garlic, and our harvest festival for on-site alcohol sales and tasting. The alcohol must stay within the beer garden area, and again, no pets are allowed in that area. You will also see a lot of food assistance eligible booths this year. We are really going to try to help support these programs so that they can grow in our market. And 4 of those programs are the SNAP program, the Double Up Food Bucks program, the Farm Direct Checks, and the EBT Cash Match. There's also the Power Produce program, but I will go more over food assistance towards the end. Market rules for vendors. So vendors must not arrive any later than 9 a.m. for setup so that you have at least an hour for setup. And when you arrive, please check in with me at the information booth just so I know you're there and ready to go and I can mark you off as arrived. And if possible, please unload all items and then move your car to the parking area. No cars will be allowed in the market area about 30 minutes before opening. This is a map of our farmers market, so you can see an aerial view of the market and the food hub. So you'll see the food hub down here to the left. You will not want to park in any of these parking lots here that you see. You'll want to go across the bridge on Park Street down in the left-hand corner. And then you can also see where you can drop off your items and then move your car over to the parking lot. Something that is super important that you absolutely want to do if you are vending with us is you must notify me of your attendance by 5 p.m. Thursday before the Saturday market you want to attend. If you are a full season vendor and you are expected to be at all markets, there's no reason to notify me because I will just automatically have you placed on the market layout. But this is important because I want to send out the market layout by Friday morning, especially because I do work a second job on Fridays, so I want to have that ready to go by Saturday morning. Market rules for vendors. So selling begins to customers at 10 a.m. You can sell to other vendors 15 minutes before the market opening. If you would like to sell any items that are not submitted on your vendor application, you must contact me first to make sure those are approved items that can be sold. Vendor booth setup is super important for many reasons. It must follow the ODA rules and requirements for weight and packaging. Especially if you are selling items that use a scale, you must have a current certified scale and you must use it properly in order to sell your product to customers with the correct weight and pricing. And all vendors must display a name of the farm or the business at their booth. If you are a farm direct producer, you need your address displayed at your booth as well. If you have any questions on booth pricing, scales, labeling, etc., you can find this all in the handbook. So each canopy leg of the booth must have 25 pounds of weight holding it down. This is super important for safety because the wind can blow over your booth. Vendors are responsible for all the setup of the materials that fit within the space. You either have a 10 by 10 foot space or a 10 by 20 foot space depending on what you applied for in your application. And all selling happens within that space that's allotted to you. And vendors are responsible for any trash produced at their booth, especially if you are a prepared foods vendor. Additional rules and regulations. So you must have all applicable license and certificates up to date and displayed if necessary, especially if you are certified organic. Booth is set up with regard for public safety. Fire extinguishers present if you are cooking food on the spot, especially. Vendor's booth free of clutter and garbage. You want to make sure that your booth looks cleanly and organized for customers to come look at your items and products and not have any trash or extra items hanging around. Vendor liability insurance is highly recommended for all vendors, no matter what type of vendor you are. This is just a good thing to have if you are selling products. And then all products for sale are listed on the application and approved by the market. Market fees and incentives. There's a few discount incentives that we do have. If you are full season, you can save some money. If you pay by May 1st, you can save $50, which is only $12 per day. And if you pay between May 1st and June 3rd for full season, it is only $15 per day. Otherwise, if you want to come vend with us on a market by market basis, it is $20 per day for a 10 by 10 space and $40 per day for a 10 by 20 space. And you can pay these fees on the day of the market, but the application fee is due along with your application for processing. If you are a nonprofit, the application fee can be waived and you can still come in and set up a booth free of charge as long as you are not selling any items. And for full season vendors, some of the incentives you get is priority placement, you get a profile on our website, and then you get the discounts that were mentioned. Alright, so accepting food assistance at the market can be a little bit confusing, but if you ever have any questions, please come up to me at the information booth and I will gladly answer any questions that you may have. So the process that happens is the customer will come to the information booth to pick up their tokens. there are multiple tokens that they can pick up. They can pick up the Power of Produce tokens, SNAP tokens, EBT Cash tokens, EBT Produce Match, or Double Up Food Bucks cards. The customer is paying me for those tokens, so it's just the tokens and the cards that will be handed to you. Power of Produce is only for children ages 3 to 12 years old, and they can only purchase fruits, vegetables, herbs, anything that matches the description under Double Up Food Bucks. The child can receive for Power of Produce. SNAP is only for fruits, vegetables, herbs, seasonings, meat, dairy, seafood, baked goods. EBT Cash can purchase anything. EBT Produce Match is matched only with EBT Cash, and it is a fruits, vegetables, herbs, dried goods, and this is the same for Double Up Food Bucks as well. Double Up Food Bucks can only match with SNAP purchases. That is where it gets a little bit confusing, but if you think about it, SNAP is paired with Double Up Food Bucks as a matching program. EBT Cash is paired with Produce Match as a matching program, and you can only match up to $20, and that $20 matched can only be spent on fruits, vegetables, herbs, beans, veggie starts, and things of that nature. I will have a list at the information booth that you can look at to make sure that it fits that description. The customers will pay you with those tokens that they received at the information booth, and you will collect that in a bag that's provided to you. At the end of the market, you will give me the bag along with additional sales data for that day. All sales data that is collected at the market is anonymous, and this sales data is very important for us to continue to receive funding and applying for grants. At the end of the day, once you give me the bag with the tokens received for that day, I will pay you via check for SNAP, Double Up Food Bucks, EBT Cash, or Produce Match. And the only thing that will be paid in cash is the Power of Produce tokens that were spent. For Farm Direct checks, those checks will be paid directly to you from the customer. The customers will have those checks with them if they are in the Farm Direct program. Alright, so for festivals, I talked a little bit about our festivals, but I wanted to reiterate that it's important to plan ahead for product production because festivals can have a larger turnout. And I do think that Garlic Festival this year will be pretty big. We have lots of vendors already interested in coming out for Garlic Festival. And just making sure that you match your products with some of the festivals to make it more fun and inviting. The festival layout may alter compared to a regular market day depending on the number of vendors as well. So you'll just want to keep an eye out for that when I do send out the market layout on Friday mornings. If you do have any questions, please reach out to me via phone or text, email. You can also reach out to Jasmine and Brandon if you have questions that pertain directly to them. But any questions regarding the market and vendors, you'll want to direct towards me, and I'm here to help for the season. I really am looking forward to helping expand this market, push more events and programs and products. So any ideas that you have, feel free to reach out, and I'm always open to creating new ideas and products and helping with labeling and advertising, marketing. That is my forte. So I'm looking forward to seeing you at the markets this year, and talk to you soon.